G'day there guys, it's Michael here and I'm here to show you that learning guitar doesn't have to be hard and it doesn't have to be frustrating. In fact, I'm going to share with you a number of my favorite guitar hacks to get you playing guitar straight away. Even if you're a total beginner, even if it's day number one of your guitar playing, you should be able to leave this video having watched it and learn how to play a one finger 12 bar blues. And of course, the topic for today is the one finger major 12 bar blues. So stay tuned, get your guitar ready and let's dive right into it. So in my previous video about how to play a one finger minor 12 bar blues, I gave you a very special chord shape where we took one finger, we played it along string number 1, 2, and 3 at the 5th fret, and we got a minor chord. That was a movable minor triad in second inversion, and we could move that anywhere up and down the fretboard, and that would just give us a different minor chord. A minor at fret number 5, D minor at fret number 10, and E minor at fret number 12. And we could take those three triads and we could use them to play a minor 12 bar blues in the key of A, and of course just move it up and down and play along using just one finger. Super simple. Maybe if you haven't watched that video yet, you should pause this video and go back and watch that because it outlays all the concepts that we're going to use and expand on in this video here. And when you have watched it, come back and we'll dive right into the next part. So guys, I hope you have watched that video. If you haven't, well, we're going to learn most of the same things anyway, except this new shape, our major chord shape, we're not going to play on string number 1, 2, and 3. We're actually going to go to strings number 2, 3, and 4. Now, if we play our A major chord, our traditional pattern, yeah, that might be a little bit tricky, but if we use one finger and we bar it across strings 2, 3, and 4, now we're probably going to get string number 1 accidentally or as a natural consequence. That's not a big deal. But if we get a finger on strings 2, 3, and 4 across the 2nd fret, there we go, we've got our A major triad. And yes, I can play the whole chord like that, but we don't want the whole chord. The whole reason we're avoiding the whole chord is because it's going to take a couple of weeks, if not a couple of months, to build up the ability to make those changes. The whole reason I'm giving you these easy one finger chord shapes is because we want to avoid these traditional shapes, because it's not that they don't work or they don't sound good, it's just that they literally take a couple of months to a couple of years to really get comfortable with, and no one's got time for that. We want to work our way up to those. We want to be playing things straight away, and this one finger shape, where if you again get your first finger and go across strings 2, 3, and 4 at the 2nd fret, that's going to give you everything you need to play an A major chord. And if you can't quite get it, because again it might be your first day playing guitar, get your 2nd finger, plonk it on top, and all of a sudden you've got an extra bit of force weighing it down and really strengthening your grip there. So to play a 12 bar blues, we need 3 chords. We need the 1 chord in the key of A, that's A major. We also need the 4 chord, which in the key of A is D major, which we're going to play up at fret number 7. And if we move that exact same shape up to fret number 9, we are going to get the E major triad. So we've essentially got the A chord at fret number 2, the D chord at fret number 7, and the E chord at fret number 9. So all we need to do is spend a minute practicing going from fret 2 to fret 7 to fret 9 and back up and down, and there's so many songs you can play just doing that. I'm sure that's going to ring a few bells in terms of songs that you know or recognize by listening to that there. But spend a couple of minutes just getting used to moving around, and once you get the hang of that, we can go through the 12 bar form. Now the 12 bar form, if you're not familiar, it's only 3 chords, and we go A chord, D chord, A chord, A chord again. Then we're going to do the D chord 2 more times, followed by the A chord. Then we're going to play the E chord, the D chord, the A chord, and then we'll go back to the E chord to make it interesting. And we can just keep on doing that over and over again till we feel like finishing the song. And once we're ready to finish the song, what we'll end up doing is finishing on the A chord there, whatever the 1 chord happens to be. So let's hear that in context. Nice and easy, super simple strumming pattern, again making things as easy as possible in the beginning. Here's our A one finger 12 bar blues. A 1, 2, 3, 4. A 2, 3, 4. D 2, 3, 4. A 2, 3, 4. Followed by the D 2, 3, 4. D 2, 3, 4. A 2, 3, 4. A 2, 3, 4. E 2, 3, 4. D 2, 3, 4. A 2, 3, 4. E 2, 3, 4. And there you go, you can play along to a 12 bar blues in the key of A using just one finger by moving it from frets 2 to fret 7 and fret 9 there. That gives you 3 chords. Now guys, that's going to give you everything you need to play a simplified version of most of your favorite songs. But once you get the hang of that, and by all means pause this video and try it a couple of times, come back, and the easiest way we can make it sound more interesting is to add in more strumming. So a super simple strumming pattern we can do is just 4 strums per bar. A, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, E, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, E, 2, 3, 4. Just finish on one strum when you're ready at the end there. Now guys, that is super simple. You should be able to do it with relative ease, even if it's day number 1 for guitar playing. Now, is that how many blues songs appear on the recording? You know, not all that many. Most of your favorite tracks are going to be played by guys with 10 years of experience who absolutely carve it up in the studio, and they can play all their proper chords. But as a beginner, as I mentioned before, it takes a couple of months to get used to playing your chords and transitioning and switching between them smoothly. That's something that we need to have the patience and the discipline to work up to over a long period of time. Now, we can use these shapes to start playing along at a simplified level straight away. And then as we develop our skills, as we learn more chords, as we can change between them smoothly, then we will come back and we'll play through the proper 12-bar blues using the full chord shapes, whether they're open chords or bar chords or 7th chords or whatever they happen to be. But right here, right now in the beginning, give yourself permission to play along with these simplified shapes. Use 1 strum until you get the hang of it. Then you can go in and add in 4 strums or make it more interesting with a more holistic pattern there. Now just keep in mind guys, because we're only using 3 strings, if you try and do too complex a pattern, the chances of you hitting an additional string that you don't want, goes up. So you do want to take it easy and just use these simplified patterns. Of course, if you want to add the shuffle rhythm, that's going to sound really good as well. Doing 8 strums per chord, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So again, the left hand or my fretting hand, depending on if you're right-handed or left-handed, is just doing super simple triad shapes, 1 finger barred across 3 strings. Use your 2nd finger for extra strength if need be, and add in a simplified either 1 strum for 4 counts, 1 strum per count, or the 12-bar shuffle rhythm where you're strumming twice per count, 8 strums per bar, and that's going to allow you to play along to lots and lots of your favorite songs. Now, if you saw the other previous video, you may have noticed that I showed you how to do this in the key of E, and once again, let's move on and show you how to do this in another key. We can magically segue to our key chart here, right now, where it shows you how to play these chord shapes and to move these triads to different frets. If all you do is plug the chords into your 12-bar blues progression there and memorize the 3 numbers on the frets that you need to, then of course it gets really, really simple to play along to these. So the key of E, we already know that the E's up at fret number 9. We know that we've got the A down at fret number 2. All we need to do is add in the B chord. So the E 12-bar blues, it's going to go 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Down to the A. Back up to the E. Here comes the B and the A. Back up to the E. Down to the B, and with some strumming, so there you have it guys, everything you need to play along to a 12-bar blues using 1 finger, not only in the key of A, but the key of E as well. And if you use this in combination with the minor 12-bar blues that we learned in the previous video, then you've got a deadly combination of playing major and minor blues in a number of different keys. Guys, I hope you found this lesson helpful. If so, make sure you press like and you hit the subscribe button there, and let me know in the comments, what are you struggling with? What do you need help with? What are you frustrated by that you can't figure out how to do. And I want to give you a super helpful guitar hack video that's going to help you transform your playing and become the guitar player you've always dreamed of. Remember, guitar playing shouldn't be frustrating. We get into this because we love the instrument, we've got a passion for music, and we want to get better at it. And if I can make that easier, take away some of the pain, some of the frustration, then I'm doing my job as a teacher, and I want to help you out. So let me know in the comments below what you need help with, and I'll address that in a future video. Thank you so much, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.